Growing up here, for me, it was a lot of hunger and pain because my mom and them smoked crack, and they still do to this day, so it's like just trying to get by mainly. We moved all the time because we couldn't afford to pay bills. My mom would get evicted. They would buy us games or a TV for the house, but by the 10th or 12th, it was gone. They'd pawn it, and then just repeat the process again next month. First of the month, we'd get it out. You know, through the middle of the month, we ain't had no more money, they'd pawn it again. It made me feel lesser than everybody else because a lot of other people in the hood, you know what I mean, go through struggles, but they had their TV all month. My mom and them lied to me all the time. It was like I didn't want to get to know nobody too much because I didn't want to get attached and then have them lie to me like my mom's did. I could rely on nobody, not a single person. I had to rely on myself. Mom had no more money for crack, so she let the crack dealers come in our house to sell, and they would give her crack to do that. So some other crack dealers down the street didn't like that. So they came in the house, they kick in the door and put guns in my face like, yo, where's the dope at? We'll kill you. So after that, I just moved out like without basically telling my mom, I was like, yo, I ain't gonna get killed over your bad habit. The thing with me was I believed in God always. It's just I wasn't walking with the Lord. And when you ain't walking with the Lord, you ain't much better than anyone who's doing crack and not walking with the Lord.
Shawn was hardly able to sit and listen to 5 minutes of biblical instruction. Him and his buddies would just laugh and joke, and at times it seemed like this was just never going to work. But as God moved in his life, he began to see some of the truths that we were talking about in our personal relational time. And he began to start to see the value of his life in the lives of others, of how he could be someone who could have an impact on someone else.
I really wanted to be a pro football player or basketball player. You know, a lot of kids think that. And after I started walking with the Lord, I really could see myself doing the Lord's work.
Shawn has understood the things that God has given him apart from what's happened in his life. His ability to be friendly, his ability to help others move towards God because they see him enjoying his relationship with God. There was a time when I thought there was no way that any of these kids could ever be people who would actually do God's work. And watching Shawn grow up and being involved with him and seeing the changes that God has caused in his life has proved to me that it's just not true. That any of those kids, just like any kid or any person in the world, can in fact turn into God's worker.
It's just good to have people like Jack because, like, I'll see Jack and the stuff that Jack does, it's Jack, but you can see Jesus in there, you know what I mean? And you're like, man, I want to be just like that.